What's up, y'all? It's Ty in this video. Today, we're going to be going over talking about each and every one of the new stories of the week cards added into college football 25 Ultimate Team. Now, the first thing I want to say is hopefully when I click on these new cards, it doesn't dashboard to the main menus, because that's something that this game has struggled with forever, is when I've went to do these cards, I've got dashboarded. That's not the case today, though. We get to see all of the new cards today without having to do it on CFB Fan, which I would much rather do it in games. Each and every card, new card, comes out today. We'll talk about Marcellus Marshall up first from UCF, 87 strength, solid pass blocking, not a good run blocker. So, right guard, where is all you do basically is throw the football, is going to be a great right guard for you. However, if you need to run the football, there are better right guards out there. So, I mean, again, he's fine if you do like to throw the football. Actually, really, really solid if you like to throw the football. But in the run game, those low 80 stats, to me, for I run the football a decent amount now, does not really, it doesn't look too good. Lefeo up next. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Hook 'em horns. 85 speed, 88 acceleration, 6'1", 75 zone coverage, good block shed, 82 hit power, 77 change of direction. Like, when I'm looking at this card, I just don't see it here. The block shed's good. The speed acceleration, not great. He's going to be okay. Not one of my favorite middle linebackers in the game, though. He's just okay to me. Next up, we do see Itaje McCoy from Colorado, 84 speed, 87 acceleration, decent block shed, good power move. I mean, he's fine. I don't love the card, though. He's a fine left end in the game. But when we have some really good left ends at this stage that are relatively cheap, it's tough for me to get to McCoy. Like, he's fine. Not a horrible card, but he's just not one of my favorite options. Now, those 89s should be dirt cheap in the games. And honestly, these 91 overalls should be pretty cheap as well. Tyreek Sapp, our first 91 today. 86 speed, 91 acceleration, 91 tackling, 86 block shed, which is solid, 91 power move, or 91 finesse move, I should say. I really like this right end in the game. To me, starts with the acceleration being a 91. I do think there are better right ends in the game, though. Like, I'm just gonna bring up some names at the specific right end position and talk about some of those top guys and how Sapp compares to those guys, because I think that is important to do. So, like, when I'm looking at Sapp compared to even like a Kamon Rucker, for me personally, I think Rucker is just slightly better. He's slightly faster, gives you a little bit more. When I compare him to Arden Walker, it's tough because Arden Walker's only got an 83 block shed, but I think Arden Walker is better. And so even a Dylan Stewart, who's 19,000 coins, I think Dylan Stewart is better than Tyreek Sapp. So it's tough for me to get to Sapp with all of the great right ends that we do have in the game. And so that's somewhat tough. Monroe Mills, next up, left tackle from Louisville. Let's start with this. The left tackle position, it's gotten better and better over the last couple of weeks here. Monroe Mills does have the 90. Why do I feel like I've went over this card already? Have I not? Let me, I want to make sure that I'm getting these new cards right in the game, because I feel like I've went over some of these cards already. Like, Monroe Mills is wrong. Yeah, I was going to say, like, I feel like I've went over that card. So I don't know why I accidentally clicked on him. Next up, we've got Owen, wide receiver. New card, Coleman Owen, out of the University of Ohio, or Ohio University. I don't know how it's pronounced or said. 91 speed. Let's start with that. 5'11", 91 speed. When I look for a wide receiver, that is the first thing that I always look at, is the speed. And he's only a 91 overall. Some other 91s that have 91 speed, Braylon Edwards, Jamar Chase. There's not too many of them. Ryan Williams obviously does, but does have good route running ability. Juke move, spin move, not great. So, like, as far as running routes, catching the football, he's going to be fantastic. Making people miss in the open field is not what this guy is going to be great at. So, I do like this card. He's probably in about the 15 to 20 range at the wide receiver position. He's fine if you like the card, or, you know, you like the Ohio, whatever the situation might be. He's a fine wide receiver to run. Am I going to look at picking up the card? Probably not. I don't see a need for him for my specific squad. Next up, a new center added into the game. And I'm kind of excited because we haven't had that many good centers. Like, Dismukes has been the best, and Dismukes is still going to be the best center in the game. But he's been by far the best center in the game for a long time. There's nobody even comparable. We see Nishad Estrada here from Oregon. Fits my team chemistry, that's first of all. So I can pick this card up, don't have to apply team chemistry, that's big. 91 strength, good awareness, decent pass blocker. The thing about it is like his finesse run blocking is kind of troll. Like, I don't understand why that's got to be so troll. 81 pass, 82 run blocking finesse, which is just weird. But he's just a solid overall center in the game. I mean, again, equally as good in the run game, equally as good in the pass game. I don't have really any issues with this card. 92 strength is solid. To me, I'll probably pick the card up depending on his price because he does fit the Oregon team chemistry. So that saves you 15,000 coins from putting it on the card. So I don't mind the card. We'll see what price he ends up going for. Obviously, this Meeks, if you throw the football, is just going to be the way better option. Now to the 93s overall, we saw Jackson Meeks as well as Christian Gray in the leaks, and so we did know those cards are coming. Those are going to be our two 93 overalls. Jackson Meeks, let's talk about where he ranks at the wide receiver position. 93 speed at 6'2". I'd put him, I mean, right in there at like, what, number 5, the 5th best wide receiver, I'm guessing. The deep route run ability only being an 84 is troll, though. Like, that's really troll. 93 speed, good catching, good acceleration. Spin move, juke move, bad as well. And so when I'm looking at this card, sure, I really like him. Good speed, decent enough route runner, solid catching, 6'2". But like Zachariah Branch, Calvin Johnson, Isaiah Bond, Stephon Diggs, all cards that I like over Jackson Meeks. And honestly, even a guy like Rondale Moore, I probably like more than Jackson Meeks. And honestly, you could probably get to Travis Hunter if you really wanted to compare the two cards side by side. So Jackson Meeks is good. But I want to tell you guys, do not overpay for the card. Because even a guy like Lambert Smith is nearly just as good as Jackson Meeks. So although I like Jackson Meeks, I do not think he's going to be worth his price in the game, especially for a 93 overall. To me, he's just not quite that elite level. Christian Gray up next. Now, hear me out when I say this. He is going to be way better in man coverage than he is in zone coverage. But isn't the Anton Kaysen we got last week just better than him, I guess, in the Legends drop? Isn't Kaysen just better than this card in Christian Gray? I mean, 80 change of direction, 93 speed, 93 acceleration. He's fine. But this Kaysen card we just recently got is just a better version of this Christian Gray card. He's fine, and if you run a lot of man coverage, you can get to him, absolutely. But for me, I run probably more zone coverage than man coverage. And like I said, Kaysen compared to this card is just slightly better. So if you want to get to this card, whatever, but don't overpay for him because Kaysen at the end of the day is going to be better than a Christian Gray. Last but certainly not least, our LTD today, the new running back with 94 speed is absolutely crazy. Wisner. Here's what you're looking at. 94 speed, 91 acceleration, 91 agility, 87 change of direction, solid break tackle. Juke move at an 85 is okay, not great. 82 spin move, okay, not great. Trucking, not great. But look at his catching ability, guys. His catching ability is fantastic. 93 catching, great route runner as well. That's what this card's going to give you over every other back in the game. Like Devin Neal is, in my opinion, if you're just going to run the football, better than this card. Kamara is better than this card if you're just running the football. I'd even say Caleb Johnson is nearly just as good, if not better than this card running the football. But if you like to throw the ball to your running backs, this card is a, I don't want to say must pick up because he's an LTD, but if you like throwing the ball to your running back, this card is literally that man in the game. If you like throwing the ball to your running back. Now, again, I don't really play like that too often, so for me, it's not something I'm really looking at. But again, if you like to throw the ball to your running backs, he is going to be the best running back for you in the entire game. So those are all the new cards today. To be honest, I think the auction house overall is going to go up today. You guys don't have to agree, but that's my opinion. Even a guy, let's say, like Cooper DeJean, I think his price is going to go up. Why? Because there's not, the cornerback we got today is different, but I don't even think he's, I don't want to say the same level, but I don't think he's, game-breaking good. Like, to me, a lot of these cards that we saw over this past weekend are going to go up in price today because we're back to reality. Who sang that song? Wasn't that Eminem? We're back to reality. Like, we are. We're back to reality, back to getting these cards that, look, they're good. I'm not going to sit here and act like they're not okay, but we're not getting game-breaking cards anymore. And honestly, I don't think there's going to be that many people opening these packs today either. Maybe that's wrong. You guys can tell me if you disagree, and I'll open this opportunity pack for you guys. But I don't think we're going to see a ton of people opening these packs today. There's nothing today that, in my opinion, is next level good. There's nothing worth opening packs for. And so that's where I'm at today. You guys can let me know if you disagree, but I would recommend holding on to your coins today instead of spending them. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.